Good morning, Coolest Coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. Kristin, we are both wearing cowl necks.
We are.
I love us.
I love us too. I do have a little pop of color today.
Nice.
Why is it the weather? Do we feel dreary again?
I felt like I needed to wear something that was giving me a hug.
Well, that is definitely how I like. This is like tight, but it's also forgiving.
Yeah,
I
it's really comfy.
yeah, I have a full day of like home office work today, so I'm like I get to be casual.
Nice. Hey, and you
That picture you started the show with today, I thought it was really funny.
Oh, this one?
Yes, you look like you're contemplating the universe. And I'm like, hey, look at her thinking so hard.
She's wearing the same color as me.
Oh, look at her.
Hey, talking about a pop of color, you shared your daffodils are in bloom. And isn't that just so? There's something about seeing the daffodils in spring after a dreary winter.
They are. I literally snapped this quick this morning. They just opened yesterday. And they're not all open. We have these, my friend Kayla, who watches the show regularly. Thank you, Kayla. She gave these to me just like a bunch in a grocery bag years ago. And we just planted them around. And now we probably have 8 spots where they come up.
Aw, that's so cool.
I know. I think it's really cool. But yeah, this is the first little bunch that opened up. And you can see some of them are not even really open yet, but I had to get out there even though it was raining this morning and be like, we've got a little pop of color on this another crappy rainy day.
Well, and I love it because the last time you shared a picture, it was just the stems poking through, right? So it was like hopeful daffodils, but now these are the real McCoy.
Hey, it is the real thing. It's really happening. Spring is maybe gonna really come.
Hey, so I do have a question. So these daffodils, right? The petals are lighter, and then the center is that bright yellow, and then some are like all bright yellow. Is there a difference? Are they all just called daffodils? Are they referred to as something different?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all called daffodils. This feels like the bird discussion last
No.
week.
We just
I
opened
think they're
so
all
many
called
doors.
very much like tulips would all be called tulips in their different colors, right?
Oh yeah, right.
As they open, I will pay attention because I feel like we have mostly white with the yellow insides, and maybe that's just a certain variety that we have, but I'll keep an eye on it because, who knows if there's some um, daffodil mating ritual that determines where they are. I don't know.
Well, and I wonder, so like this like cluster looks like they're all the same.
Yes,
Do they ever show up different in a cluster, or is it
I have no idea.
okay?
Maybe somebody will tell us. But I will watch to see if, because, they're all in different spots. If they end up popping up different. Like we have some hydrangeas on the east side of our house, and those are the ones that their color is determined by the soil acidity or
Oh,
pH. So they will be pink or blue or purple depending on how the soil is, and we do get different ones along the house. So maybe there's something like that for daffodils. I just
yeah. I'm trying to think back. The daffodils that grew at our old house, they were all solid yellow. Like we never had any of the variegated color ones.
sure.
Um, so I don't know. Yeah, interesting.
Well, I will keep an eye out and see what happens with them. I'll keep everybody posted because I know they're very concerned about my daffodils.
Well, do you think so? Since Kayla gave you these, have they always been the light petals and the bright center?
I think so, but I can't even tell you. Isn't that sad? I don't know.
Emily said, my mom brought me a bunch the other day. Definitely makes it feel like spring with those around. And the smell. My mom brought a picked bunch over as well. And just the flowery scent that filled the kitchen was amazing.
We have over the last maybe week for sure, maybe 2 weeks have started just like cracking our patio door
Mm,
with the screen and we've been sleeping with our bedroom window open cracked. And it's so nice.
agreed. Cindy said, I believe daffodils are bulbs, so type determines color.
Hey, right. So maybe we just have a certain variety. Emily, if you had a bunch, what color were yours?
Yeah, good question.
Daffodils are only white or yellow. I don't know that there's any other colors besides that.
Like those are the two options. They're either all yellow or the white petals in the yellow center.
Correct. That's correct.
Interesting. Yeah, viewers, tell us if you've seen something different, if you have something different. Cindy, do you have daffodils growing at your house?
Yeah, and I mean what Cindy said makes sense because I mean that's how tulips are. You plant tulip bulbs, and then depending on what kind of bulb it is, determines what color variety they are.
Yeah, and it's not influenced by anything around it or what it's mixing
Right.
with.
Yeah.
Lori says, good morning. Good morning, Lori.
Good
And then
morning.
Emily said hers are mixed.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then
Well,
Cindy said, yes, she does have daffodils at her house.
okay. Well, enjoy them, friends. As I drive around town, I see a lot more up and open than at our house, which we're kind of close to the lake yet. So maybe that's why. I don't really know. But I'm going to just soak them all in. The other thing I see is our cherry blossom
I
tree
was just going to say that.
is like just opening. So hopefully I'll have a picture of that next week for you.
Yes, please. We drove past the Raw West Art Museum yesterday, and I noticed the cherry blossoms that were a gift from Kamogawa are just starting to open too. So there's cherry blossoms at the Raw West, along the riverfront at City Hall, and also around the parking lot at UW Manitowoc.
Oh, I love
So
it.
this is like the moment to get out there and look at them.
We will be down at the UW tonight. So I'm going to take an extra close look and I'll grab a picture if anything is happening there.
Yes, 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 please do. I really want to see them.
What time? I mean, cherry blossoms open like in Washington, D.C. in like March. Is this early or late or on time, do you think?
For us, it's a little late. I mean, compared to like when other cherry blossoms open, like in Japan, it's already over and done.
Sure.
But there have been years where it hasn't opened here until like mid-May.
Okay.
So I feel like the fact that we're in the last week of April and it's already showing its thing is a little early, which is great.
Nice. That's great. Maybe the rain is helping. The rain is helping something.
And those like deceptive spring days that we've had.
I know we go from like last night I walked. Well, I got up and walked yesterday morning and I took Reggie out with me because we went on a long walk. Millie can't handle the long walk anymore. So then last night I'm like, okay, I got to take Millie out for a little bit and give her a walk. But I could go out just with my sweater on last night. It was so nice. The wind had finally died down. I didn't need a winter coat to be out.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, on Sunday, Jason and I took a drive. It was, we live a little bit closer to the lake, and so it was like this interesting fog. And we were wondering, like, is that all the way up the lake, and how far in do you go? So we went out to Point Beach, and it was interesting because the fog was playing there, but also the sun was starting to show through, and it was like this really kind of cool combination of sun through the fog over the lake and the sand.
Yeah, I love that. Where at Point Beach are you? I'm taking this picture.
So this is in the park, and I think this is like the last, like if you drive all the way through, like past the dump station and kind of the end of where you can publicly drive before you get into the campsites.
Okay, so like where the concession stand and the bathrooms are?
Exactly. I should have just said that. That would have.
It's all good. I love how much beach there is there this year. Considering all the rain we had and how much flooding there is, there's a lot of beach.
Yeah, no, agreed.
That's interesting.
It's such a remarkable place. Like, isn't this incredible?
Yeah, I love it because it is a little eerie. There's like a little spookiness to the picture. And also like the sun highlighting the sand and those just grasses kind of getting happy. Looks nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Doug took a motorcycle ride on Sunday.
How was that?
Cold, but they had the same experience. So they were down by the lake and it was like foggy, cold, drizzly, like not nice to ride a motorcycle in. And then they kind of like cut out across town and they were out on like North Rapids Road in like Menasha and then drove home and it was sunny and warm and beautiful. So like he said, it was like such a weird experience because literally just, I don't even know how many miles, 5 miles difference, 3 miles difference.
Yeah, it's remarkably a small distance. Jason and I had the same thing. Like after we went through the beach, we came out on like 42 by V and we're like, what? This is what the rest of the world is experiencing, this like bright sunny day.
Yes. Yes. It's funny.
Hi, Mary.
Good morning, Mary. Yeah, I mean, even yesterday, I drove out to pick the kiddos up from school, and they're kind of Valdez, Clarks Mills that way. 65 and sunny out there.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's like our whole own little ecosystem, a whole different little microcosm along the lake here.
that's right. That's
Hey,
right.
I do have a public service announcement I need to share. So this cat, this like sweet little lover boy of a cat, showed up at the Woodland Dunes Nature Center. And they checked, he's not chipped, he doesn't have a collar, but he definitely, has the feel of belonging somewhere, that there's a home he's missing from. And so just want to help spread the word. If you know where this sweet little cat belongs, they're really trying to find his home.
It is very cute. Is it a male or female?
A male. And
It's
they're
a male.
they're calling him Aldo, but I mean, I'm sure that's not his real name. And he is hanging out in Jason's office, and so Jason is really motivated to help him find his home.
Did you say Aldo as an ALDO?
Yep.
Cute. Very cute.
Yeah.
He's a handsome little boy.
Yeah, he seems like such a sweetheart. And Jason said he's really like a lover boy. So
So does Jason like cats?
no.
Um,
But they love him because of that. And so I think secretly he must, because he attracts them.
Yeah, he draws them in.
Mm-hmm.
And does the cat have to stay in there so there's not like cat hair or in other places, or is he roaming? Is he like, the mascot for Woodland Dunes?
They're trying to keep him just in the office space so that, yeah, that anybody that has allergies or anything like that wouldn't be affected when they're visiting the nature center.
Sure.
And they also don't want him roaming out where all of the birds are currently active.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of bird feeders out there.
Yeah, there's a bird breakfast coming up. Migration is hot and heavy right now. Like they don't want Aldo interrupting any of that.
That is so funny. I wonder if you let him loose in Woodland Dudes and you like sat him up by the windows where all the bird feeders are, if he would just sit and like watch it would be like cat TV.
Yeah, exactly. Would he be going crazy? Would he be like jumping up against the window? Like,
Pawing at it.
yeah. So if he's yours, please come get him.
I hope that somebody finds them.
Yeah.
Finds him.
I did ask him, I'm like, could we bring it? No. We can't have a pet right now, but
You've had a cat in your history, right?
yes, I'm definitely a cat person.
Are you? I mean, a cat could really just snuggle very nicely with you and keep you company.
Yeah. Except like now I can't have anything underfoot, right? Like
I mean,
maybe someday.
That's true.
Hey, last week you shared a picture and you mentioned it was Doug's birthday. Is this a picture of Doug's birthday?
This is Doug's birthday. Yeah, you guys, his birthday was last week. And it was in the midst of a night where we had treehouse and softball and soccer practice and all the things. So the only way that I know how to celebrate on a night like that is to bring it to the ballpark. And
Oh, so you're at the ballpark in this picture?
We were watching Grace's game, and my mom made her, I'm going to say famous carrot cake in a pan. And then I made cupcakes and we shared it with all the parents and the players. And he begged me not to sing happy birthday to him there. So I didn't sing happy birthday to him. I wanted to, but I didn't. But yeah, we had dessert at the ballpark together.
So is this the carrot cake that he's holding?
That's the carrot cake, yes. So normally you might have seen other pictures of this. My mom made it in a pan this time just so it was easier to transport and easier to cut. Because normally she makes it on like a big platter and it's decorated beautiful, but it gets to be big and heavy.
Aw.
It's really good carrot cake. So
how sweet and memorable.
I know.
We celebrated my dad's birthday this weekend too. Can you guess how old he turned?
81. Just kidding.
What gave it away?
Your dad is so funny and is in just such good shape for 82. I love spending time with him.
Aw, thank you.
What'd you do to celebrate besides blow up giant balloons?
By the way, Sandy said, love carrot cake.
Good morning, Sandy.
Well, I have to report that we did play some cribbage And not because it was his birthday at all. I would never let somebody win. I lost all the games.
Oh, John, he just has a knack for kicking our butts, doesn't he?
I know I was doing really well, and then he just comes out with like this 17-point hand, and then he follows it up with a 12-point hand, and then like a 12-point crib. I'm like, I can't even keep up.
Yeah,
Like,
he's, Cribbage takes some strategy in card selection and definitely counting, and he is sharp.
mm-hmm. And he'll put like faith in, okay, this would work really well if I got the right cut, which oftentimes I'll try to get as many points in my hand that are a sure thing, and then hopefully the cut helps.
Right.
But the cut will just fall in his favor every time he does that.
Is he a secret card counter?
Mm,
Is he that snappy with like math?
oh, he's pretty good at math. I have no idea if he can count the cards, but I don't think that would help with a cut.
Yes. I mean, you're still playing chances of getting a certain type of card.
So here's the deal. The first time he learned how to play cribbage, he was in the military, and this guy taught him. And my dad was like on a hot streak, so much so that the guy had nothing left to bet. And he said, okay, this, you can't keep winning, right? It's just not even plausible to have that hot of a winning streak. He's like, I'll bet you the actual cribbage board on this game. My dad's like, okay. My dad wins the board. So then the guy that taught him, who subsequently became my godfather, said, okay, my deck of cards now, like the very last possession I have is the actual cards we're playing with against winning the board back. My dad just won it all.
He just took the whole thing. Your
Won it all.
dad still has that board, right?
I don't know.
I think he told us he does.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, I could be making this up, but I feel like your dad told us that guy never wanted to play again.
Exactly.
Right? Am I remembering that right? Which I don't know that I would want to play again either. I would be like, no mas.
Yeah, he said they met for lunch like a month or two ago, and he said, yeah, so are you playing cribbage? He's like, nope, John, not since that day.
He ruined him. He ruined him.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a confession in the kind of, I don't know if it's in the game world, but Nora and I have been working on this puzzle. We've probably had it out 2 months. It is shaped like a wolf. My uncle gave it to us, and it is so hard. It is not fun at all. It's just gray and black and white pieces with a few distinct things. Like the eyes were distinct, but it's not square. It's like shaped like the head. And we were sitting at the kitchen table last night, and I said, Nora, I think we should pack this one up and donate it. Like, I'm done with this. This is not even, like, we do puzzles for enjoyment and relaxation.
Right.
This is not checking any boxes. This kind of makes me think of how you handle books. I'm not a quitter, but I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. She's like, Mom, we can do it. Let's just work really hard. I was like, okay. We sat there like 2 minutes. She's like, I don't want to do this either. And we packed it up, and it's in our donate pile. We got a new one out. It's like 1,000-piece Mickey Mouse Christmas one. We've got the whole edge done. Nora's like, this is so much better.
Good call, right? It's supposed to be fun. You're doing it for enjoyment. You're not doing it because it's work. You shouldn't hate the process of doing something fun.
Why are we torturing ourselves with this puzzle? Like, maybe somebody will enjoy it. I hope it brings a great amount of joy to the right person, but it is not going to be us.
Do you think it was unsolvable?
No, here's the crazy thing. It was in partial pieces when we got it, chunks. And Nora is like, should we break it up? And I'm like, yeah, let's break it up. And we were like, we should have never broken it up.
Oh.
We should have used the hint or the cheat. And, like.
Yeah. I just read an article that there was a New York Times crossword puzzle that was published that had an error. Something didn't line up. So it was unsolvable. But so like, all of these people that like normally do the crossword puzzle like in pen, right? Like that's their thing. They look forward to it. We're having this existential crisis. Like, why can't I solve this one, right? And then they finally had to come out and be like, whoa, this one has an error. But like that's in its 87-year history, apparently the first time that's happened.
Oh my gosh, that's great. All those poor people were probably tortured for like a week until the reprint or whatever. I don't know how often the newspaper comes out or the crossword,
But can you imagine how you're beating yourself up, right? Like, I have to be able to figure this out. I always figure this out. Like, why can't I get this? And then
you're like Googling and chatting the answers and trying to find it, and nothing will come up, the right answer.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
I know. But so, like, hopefully those people just set it aside too. And went, this sucks next time, right? Like, same thing with the puzzle, right? Like, if it's not bringing you any enjoyment, if it's just,
Yes. What else did you guys do to celebrate your dad's birthday?
let's see. We went out into the man cave, and Teek played "Birthday" by the Beatles on his guitar for Grandpa, so that was kind of sweet.
So he's getting pretty good.
Yeah, surprisingly, and he's doing it all by ear. He's not using any music or anything like that. There's just if there's a song he knows, he can figure it out. And I'm like, what? How is this possible?
That's really cool. Kudos. How about your violin playing?
Well, okay, thanks for asking. What's so cool is the concertmaster and her husband, both involved with the symphony, came over and spent a bunch of time with me. By the way, Mary says happy birthday to Dad. Thanks, Mary. And wait, Cindy said, I've been caught in that crossword puzzle issue before. It is mind-boggling when that happens.
Yes. I feel your
Uh,
pain, Cindy.
so I'm really grateful because they came over and we talked about, can the violin be restrung so that instead of playing it on my left shoulder and doing the fingering with my left hand, which no longer exists, could we could we restring it to play it from the right hand shoulder, and then all my left hand would have to do is hold the bow, right? So I did find an attachment that I had to order from England that is designed to hold a bow, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully the marketing is not wrong on that.
Right.
And so they restrung it. But like, I'm so glad that I talked to professionals, because if I had done it myself or like had Teak help me do it, I would have just taken all the old strings off. And you can't do that. What I didn't realize is the bridge on a violin and also the sound post that's in the violin is all just held in place by tension, by the tension of the strings. So they
Right.
had to carefully like take a few strings off at a time and like maintain that tension, and you had to switch the
Bridge would have to be swapped around, right?
right, which I didn't know, like to my untrained eyes, I just thought it was, the bridge is the bridge is the bridge. It's this. So they knew all of like the important things to do.
I
So
love that
I'm
for you.
excited for the new piece to come to hopefully see if it works to do that. So I'll have to relearn all of the fingering and everything. And
I mean, I played violin. I might have to see if my sister still has our. We had like I played and then she played. Maybe I'll have to come play with you. We can play like hot cross buns together or something. But I was thinking about, I bowled with my dominant hand and did this. I was thinking about what it would be like to try to hit those notes with my opposite hand. Like, I'm curious about how is it going to go or how is that going to feel?
yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it too. At some point, and I started playing the violin as an adult. So at some point, somebody had to tell me that this is the right way, not this,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Bow with your dominant hand. And so I had to learn how to finger all the notes at that point anyway. So I'm wondering if I can simply start from scratch and learn it the other way, but already kind of have an idea of where it's going. Like, I wonder if it'll be an advantage.
Yeah. And I mean, your right hand is strong. So, like, from you should be able to do it.
I think so. I
That is
think
so
so. We'll see. This is a grand experiment. I have no idea where it's going to go, and it's only for my own playing pleasure, right? Like, it's not like I'm part of a band or anything like
Hey,
that.
we're mark my words, we're gonna see Tina in the symphony future. She's gonna get so good.
No, here's the thing, Kristen. You and I are going to work on "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" and play a little duet together for our viewers.
That sounds great, except I don't know that we could do it in two different places. I wonder how that would work.
Well, maybe we'll have to get together and record it, and then just share it as a recording.
There you go. Okay.
That would reduce the nerves a little bit too. I think if we try to do
I
it
will
live.
I will reacquire the violin, the said instrument, and just see where things are at.
Mary said I would totally come see that.
I don't know that you want to.
Well, it would, even if it wouldn't be like highbrow, well polished performance, it would be role modeling something great, right?
That's right. That's right. So there's a number, I'm going to say ladies because it's all ladies today watching. What instrument would you pick up as an adult, or what would you like to relearn? Maybe you played something. Tell us what you played when you were younger.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned a book earlier. I did want to share. This book is coming out by Freshwater Press. Unfortunately, the author's name got cut off in the picture, but it's Julie A. Jacob, and it's called Bicentennial Eve. It's like a sort of memoir of July 3rd, 1976, of all of these different ages in a family and their experience. I just finished this pre-copy of it. It was so good. It's not what I expected, and I absolutely loved it. And it's kind of like this love letter to Lake Michigan, right? So the fact that it's set along the lakeshore, all of the references to like the birds or the lake experience or some of the cities, it's all things that we know, right? The food that they're eating, the way they have a celebration. It's like, it was really kind of cool to read that and live here.
Like feels very Wisconsin-esque.
Exactly.
Um, did you, so you've got a pre-copy. Oh, we've got some flute players here. Mary said flute. Sandy said flute. Cindy said her recorder. I love it.
And then let's see. Would you
Um,
ladies?
we will not be going on tour unless it's like a comedy tour, maybe then.
We'll have to take Teak too. Cindy, you mentioned a recorder, so Teak had a recorder, and he had an extra one. I'm not sure where we got a second one from, but instead of playing it with his mouth, he would play it out of each nostril. But he was really good at it. He'd play like Ode to Joy on two recorders with his nose. I mean,
I think that T is gonna not be thrilled with you announcing that to the whole entire world here, right on Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Yeah, I would very much like to see a video of that.
I'll have to see if I can track one down.
I'm thinking about the violin, just even reversing the chin rest. I feel like, do you need a different chin rest or did it reverse?
No, it turns out you do. And in my mind, I thought, yeah, we'll just take the chin rest from this side to that side, and
It's ergonomic.
it's contoured to be on
Yeah.
that side. Yep.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
And also, I had like so the chin rest, I've got to find one for the opposite side or like a universal one.
Yes.
And then also, what do you call it? Like under the
Like
violin.
the shoulder brace.
Oh, the shoulder brace. The shoulder brace is also contoured for that side. So I've got to figure out, I'll probably go back to like, the beginner's sponge.
Yes. Yes. Okay, more to come. Mary said she hated the recorder, by the way.
I didn't enjoy it either. I think it was the pitch of it. I didn't love like the high tone.
Yeah.
Cindy said, Teak is an awesome talent. 2 instruments. Andy plays flute and tuba, which has also been fun to listen to. Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of a very dramatic difference there. Flute is like high pitched and like joyful, and like tuba is like, when I think tuba, I think like walking elephants, like
And like a polka.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that oompa, yeah. Cindy, did Andy then play the Japanese flute?
Ooh, interesting. If
Mary said, I wasn't great at the flute, tried my hand at the violin, but good. Found out I can play the auto harp, and I found out I love it. That's awesome.
Nice. Oh, yes, it's so fun.
I have to share one last thing before we sign off.
Yes, please.
This meme made me laugh. It's posted by the National Park Service, right? So if anyone's got experience, it is them. And it says, one does not simply become a master of karate. First, you must accidentally walk into a spider web. Right?
Have you ever walked into a spider web, like hiking or being out?
Yes, or like into a basement or something. Yes.
Doug and I were sitting in our living room the other night, and we were just kind of like kicked back. We were watching a show, and we like looked up in the door frame. There was like, just whether it's a official Cobb spider web or just, kind of that those little lines with the dust on it was like, whoop, and there is some spring cleaning for us to tackle.
Oops, let's see. Mary said, just got a mental picture.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder if there is like, because that's from the National Park Service. I wonder if there's like certain places where you're more likely to run into a spider web.
Yeah, I bet.
Like if there's certain parks or certain trails where.
And then if those webs are particularly more awful than like what we experience here in Wisconsin.
Sticky or, yeah.
Like I imagine someplace that doesn't have the cold winters, right? Where the
Yes. But that's like bigger spider zone. They're gross.
I hate this. Kristin, thanks so much for the enjoyable conversation. Even though it's a dreary day, you just brighten up my day.
Oh, you brighten up my day. It was fun. Why does the time go so fast? Now you have to wait till next week, folks.
Well, and viewers, thank you so much for participating in the chat. It really felt like we just had this like great conversation all together, didn't it?
I think it actually, I see comments over here. That's why I'm pointing here. It makes the time go so quickly. We love having you guys on. So thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, awesome. Feel free to share pictures. Does the chat allow people to share pictures?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
For certainly websites.
Share pictures of your daffodils. That would be so cool to see.
Ooh, good idea. I love that.
Mary said, thanks, ladies. Love you too. Right back at you. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.